Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is with good news that today we get the V3, and I can say I was right. Now, he did get a little bit of a nerf, and as well a little bit of a buff for two different teams, and I'll get into that, right? But first off, let's start off with his AoE skills changes. Before, he consumed 15% of his max HP, now it's 10%. So, consumes a little less HP, I guess, because of the Cassie team synergy and him being equal in value or comparable in value to Cyrene in these Cassie teams. Right. The same thing goes for his enhanced state, where instead of consuming HP equal to 30%, which obviously more Cassie charge, he consumes now HP equal to 20%. And then here and there, they change the word recover HP to restore HP, and those are like the main wording changes, right? However, the biggest changes here is his third trace, which buffs follow-up and buffs Acheron. Now, the buff for Acheron actually got increased. Instead of increasing ultimate damage for all ally targets by 50%, it's now by 75%. However, the second part of this trace has been changed from a follow-up attack buff to damage dealt by Blade himself increases by 75%. I didn't know what they were going to do to change the E2 and give it value to people. However, now we know, because the follow-up buffing that was in his third trace has now replaced his old E2, which obviously led to all those infinite ultimate shenanigans with follow-up and Acheron, right? That E2 has been replaced with when an ally character deals damage by using their ultimate, it is considered as having launched a follow-up, and it will get a 75% damage buff, right? So his old follow-up damage buffing is now in his E2 instead of his base kit, meaning his follow-up teams have become weaker. Not by some astronomical margin, he's still such a heavy hitter for these follow-up teams, but I assume Hoyo probably saw that they wanted to buff the Acheron team a little more and give it, a little more strength. However, when it came to the follow-up team, they may have thought that it was a little too strong at base already, especially without the final DPS yet, so they decided to nerf the follow-up team a little bit this way, and they, kill two birds with one stone. They are now able to put this follow-up damage bonus on an E2, which they had to change no matter what, right? So Blade still consumes HP, still restores HP, still is an HP scaler, debuffs completely unchanged, buffed for Acheron, and a slight nerf to the follow-up teams. That's all for the Blade V3. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. Peace out.